Hey everyone, welcome back to Dad's Wild. So, recently I've been using my old Chevy a little bit more, and it may look a little rough on the outside, but it's really what's on the inside that counts, which kind of is also rough. So, in this video, I'm going to be redoing some of the interior, making it all nice, and to boot, I'm putting in a sound system as well. So, stick around and let's get this old thing looking like a 5-star hotel. So let's give you guys a little tour of the inside as it stands. So you can see it's not the worst shape, it's not the best. I've been dealing with it for a little while, but now it's kind of time to upgrade. So you can see the seat's torn and faded. I got a new floor pan down here that I put in not too long ago. Actually, the upper half of the interior is not too bad. Dash is in pretty good condition. But what I'm focusing mostly in this video is the floor. So I'm going to put some heat shield, sound deadening, and a carpet kit in. And I'm also going to work on the seat. I'm going to put a new seat bottom in and a new upholstery kit for that. And then while I'm at it, have the interior torn apart, I'm going to be putting in a sound system. I'm going to try to shove a subwoofer behind the seat here with a couple more speakers and an amp. So hopefully it turns out good and sounds good as well. All by myself. So I've been doing a little bit of cleaning, and now I decided to work on taking the seat apart. So get that taken apart, and then I can work on getting the old cover off, get the new one put on. I decided to go with a factory look. Nothing too fancy, just new. Separated like that. On the bottom you can kind of see what color it's supposed to be versus what color it is. So I've got my dash torn apart here, and I'm just working on some of the wiring. I wanted to clean up some of the wiring spaghetti that was left for me when I bought the truck. And I'm going to see what I have to run under the carpet, and then I'll see about getting the carpet put in. And also what I'm doing is I'm trimming off some of the old speaker wire that I had wired up to my old radio. Alright, so real quick I'm going to be trying to lay in my sound deadening mat. It's just kind of this rubbery, cardboardy kind of thing. Lay it down first, and it's supposed to help knock down on some of the noise. So, Alright, so for sound deadening in this thing, I'm going to be using some Dynamat I purchased. And word of advice, don't waste your money on LMC's EVA sound deadener. The OE style asphalt type stuff. It is kind of garbage. Don't waste your money on that. We'll go with something hopefully better anyway. So I'm going to work on getting a little bit of degreasing done. Just wipe it down a bit, and then we'll get this rolled down and see how well it works. Got this first sheet put in here. Trying to get it down in this door seal area. Seems to stick pretty well. Well, there's the second piece. Not perfect, but I think it'll help anyway. Yeah, it's starting to sound better already. Well, here it is. I got the whole floor covered in the Dynamat. Turned out pretty well. A little wrinkly, but it works anyway. I basically used all 36 square feet of that kit I bought. Covered pretty much the whole floor. I am thinking of buying a couple more sheets to put on the back wall here, just to get that a little more sound deadened. But I definitely can hear a bit of a difference. You know, it's not as tinny anymore. You know, kind of like the back here. So I think it's worth it. I'm definitely pretty happy with it, and we'll have to see what it sounds like when I get the whole interior finished. Up next, I'm going to start running my speaker and audio wires for it, and we'll see where that goes. Well, I worked pretty much all day yesterday, but I got all my audio wiring done. Got all routed nice and tidy as could be, I'd think. Now I'll get my carpet pad in here, maybe glue it down a little bit in some spots. Cut the holes for the wiring and stuff. Let that sit in there for a little while, kind of get in shape, and then I can put the carpet down. Well, I got that padding down and laid in my carpet here. Had it sitting for like a little over a day now, trying to get it to rest into place. Been fiddling with it for a little bit, trying to get stuff lined up. It's going all right though. I'll have to cut out, or I'm going to try burning out my seat and seatbelt buckle holes. But once I get it kind of situated better, I'll cut holes for my wiring, get those run through, and try to get everything just set down in place. So I got this one seat mounting bolt hole here kind of punched or poked through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a punch and a torch. I'm going to heat the punch up for a little bit, then shove it down where that hole is. Well, that went pretty well. Looks like a fairly clean hole anyway. Trying to get stuff pulled back tight. I got kind of a hump here at the hump. Trying to get that to work out. I think it's coming out. Right now I'm working on the mounting for my sound amplifier. So what I've been doing, I located some holes for these little standoffs I found. Kind of look like this, little chunks of aluminum. So I got these bolted to the body, 2 places there, and I'm gonna have a bit of flat bar here. Screws on those, and the amp will mount to that. That'll be the front mount, and I'm still working on the back mount. I'll figure something out there. Well, I got the mounts finished here. Just added this one extra third piece. Just a little bit of bent bar there. Screwed through the floor and mounted it. It's pretty solid for sure. I can go off-roading and listen to music too. So now I'll get all the stuff kind of wired up and the carpet wrapped up, and then I can work on the seat. Well, back in the cab of the Chevy here. Looks a little more finished off than where I last left it, I think. I pretty much have my sound system complete. Everything's mounted. I got my 12-inch subwoofer here in the custom box I made mounted down, and then I got my cab corners here that I made little pieces for. I think those turned out pretty well. Tested it out and it sounds pretty good. The carpet's all laid down. It looks pretty well. Got a custom grommet in here. I 3D printed this out of TPU plastic, so it's kind of flexible. It turned out good, I think. So basically what's left with this part of the interior is the seat and seat belts, and then it'll be ready to drive again. So I'll go ahead and get the seat done and put it back in. Well, here it is. This part of the interior pretty much all finished. Got the seat in, stereo's finished. Looks pretty good, I think. Well, here it is. This part of the interior all finished up anyway. Definitely looks quite a bit better than how it did before. Seat's all nice and firm and not faded. Carpet looks great. Definitely finishes the truck up a little bit. So stick around for probably part 2 of this. I'll do a little bit more interior work, door panels, and I think I'm going to do some stuff with the dash and the gauge cluster. Stick around for that. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.